All right, folks. Hey, welcome back for another session. I'm very excited to chat with my next guest and to give her her flowers. She's an MC, songwriter from the East Coast, known for her sharp lyricism, raw energy, and amazing delivery. She has a flow that bites, and there's no question that she is carving her own lane in the rap game. I wanted to welcome Aïda to the show. What's good? How are you?
Thank you. Woo! Insert fake laughter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. First and foremost, thank you for even like paying attention and wasting your
Oh,
time on listening to me rap because I'll be
man.
I say a lot of stupid shit. But then again, and thank you for even reaching out to extend this opportunity. I appreciate that. So
Yeah, I'm telling you,
thank you.
instant fan. Hey, before we go into your amazing work and a lot of the videos that I've seen, I'm always interested in the person's background. Do you mind telling me where you were born, where you grew up, and where you hang your hat these days?
So yeah, let's see. I'm a New Yorker first and foremost. My family's from the Caribbean. My
Oh,
mom's from Guyana. My dad is from Dominican Republic. So I'm a light bright nigga. Either way you spin it. I just say I'm American, baby. Fuck out of here. I got my naturalization papers. I'm a citizen legally. I ain't gonna. I wasn't born here. I was born in Guyana, but I came here when I was four. So
oh
I'm like
wow.
I'm New Yorked up, from the bootstraps up.
Yeah.
From Queens, Jamaica, Queens. But I spent a portion of my life uptown in Manhattan. So by Washington Heights, Dykeman, all the Dominicans. So I'm a New Yorker. Like Cameron says, I'm from everywhere. Um, and then yeah, I had a typical like that Caribbean upbringing. So that
Yeah.
they narcissistic, they know everything. Like you can't talk back. You gotta just like
Mm.
exist, but shut the fuck up, kind of stuff.
Old
I was
school.
never that child. I was not, that's not me. I was always the one getting licks, everybody getting hit because of me. I'm the one not listening. So yeah, I got him out. I definitely got him out. But I'm an adult now, right? I know how to, I alchemize all of that. So that vulgarity, I just make sure I keep that to the rap. And like I tell everybody, I'm a woman of God. Allah. I talk crazy when I rap because you don't want me to act on that, right? So you gotta allow
I
to get
love
that
it.
energy out, right? Like I can't
Yeah.
go around like doing the shit I really want to do to people. So it's kind of like I got to discipline my tongue, my behavior, and then just when I rap, just let you motherfuckers know I'm with all the smoke.
That makes
And I
sense.
told you, and listen, I teach, like I know I have a gift. I'm not, listen, a lot of people rap, a lot of people have bars. I'm not the best. There's definitely people that probably more lyrical than me, or maybe they have better punchlines or this or that. But I have everything. I could do everything.
Yeah.
All you
Hell
got to
yeah.
do is just pay a little attention to anything that I pen, and you could tell like my I come from a different from the era. You know what I mean? When we talking
Yep.
the JVs, the biggies, the puns, like I was I come from that cloth.
I agree.
So the teaching is imperative. Like I have to use my gift the way Allah intended me to use it. And that's why I stand
Yeah.
out. I stand out. We don't have to call a spade because I put my witchcraft, my obia on everything. My stamp is on my on my dope.
Yeah.
And I speak for Allah. I'll leave it at that. Like I said, there's definitely, like the fun raps, but even when I'm fun rapping, I want to make sure you learn it because at the end of the day, this
Yeah.
is spell casting. They using this genre for some fucked up shit. They
Yeah.
poisoning the minds of the children. And I can't control that, but what I can do is make sure that there's an alternative, and I uphold the craft and not just rap, but I mean the craft. Like
Yeah.
if this is wide open, when I say the craft, I'm talking energetic shit, I'm talking alchemy, I'm
Yeah.
talking metaphysics, and I make sure I utilize my gift for that. And that's my bad. I'm
Yeah.
long winded, baby, but I want to make sure
No.
I cover every aspect, so
Yeah.
listen, I'm an authentic person, and I'm truthful, and I talk a lot of shit, but I swear to you, like my intention is always love. There's always love in my heart. Even if I say some slick shit, it's probably because you need it.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
mother
Yeah.
probably didn't. She didn't. Your mother didn't correct you when she should have corrected you, and out of
Yeah.
maternal instinct, I'm gonna correct you. So
Yeah.
there's that. But I love everybody, and I want everybody to thrive, man. Get out this matrix and enjoy your fucking life, baby. and,
Yeah. Hey,
hold on, and let
ain't
me end
nothing
my
wrong with
sales
that.
pitch. Hold on, real quick. Let me end my sales pitch with this. If you would like some more gems, be sure to
Yes.
purchase a copy of Ask the Alligator. Is my book of quotes. It says a book of quotes with possible advice based on absolutely nothing. That's my disclaimer, so you can't come sue me. If the therapy doesn't work, I'm not licensed to give any fucking advice. I'm not certified in everything. I have no qualifications in any aspect of life other than making bad decisions and learning from them. With that being said, my last bit is my product Gator Salve. It is a holistic alternative for Bengay and Tiger Balm. So for aches and pains, muscle fatigue, muscle inflammation, sciatica, eczema, arthritis, a whole bunch of other ailments I'm getting feedback for. A natural body high that you get, and because it's a skin topical, it does not go in the blood. So if you get tested for work, or if you're a felon and you're getting tested by your PO, whatever the case may be, it's not going to come up on any test. And it's really dope. Like, I stand by this right here is my money maker. I'm not trying to just like make money off of this. Like, I really have a healing product. Like, my hands are, I'm the magician for real. All right, I'm done, baby.
No, that was great. A lot of good stuff out of that. And you mentioned that you were a teacher, and I'm gonna go into some of the songs, but there were a couple songs I wanted to ask you about.
Teacher, but yeah.
But hey, what was your first exposure to music? What kind of music were your parents bumping back in the day? Do you recall?
So like I said, I'm from the Caribbean, so we listening to reggae culture, Bob Marley, soca, calypso. We doing salsa, merengue, bachata, like that kind of music. But obviously in New York, it was rap too. It's different. So, like, I want to say, I ain't gonna hold you. I think the first rap song I heard, it might have been or that really like registered with me was probably Criss Cross. It was probably Jump.
Yeah.
It might have been Criss Cross. Yeah.
What was it for the
that
fashion?
Was like when I heard that song, that made me. It was the whole and they were kids, right? So it was package. Like that's how. Yeah. It was everything. And I was a baby back then, but that made me want to rap. Like watching them do that, I'm like, and me and my cousins, we used to reenact the video. We used to get the garbage can. We ain't light it on fire though, but we would be like rapping around the garbage can, like, you know what I mean? But that was like my first, like, I was like, I want to, like, this is fun. And then I was a natural at it. And, like I realized I had a gift. Because even prior to rap, I ain't going to hold you, I used to sing, like, make up, like, little calypso songs and shit about my mom. Like, anytime the adults we'd be on punishment, we'd be, like, cursing them out, making up songs, making fun of them and shit. In school, if I ain't like you, I made up songs to make fun of you. Like, I was the asshole.
The natural. Well, I have to ask you, did you wear your clothes backwards?
Nah. No, you know what? In the house, I did. In the house, when I was pretending to be Criss Cross, we did. Yeah, they were different. I gotta give Jermaine Dupri the way he because I know he was in charge of that. The way he styled them and packaged them, like that was marketing genius. I gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah, I remember at the time too. I don't know if you remember that time. There was also another group called Another Bad Creation, and it was kind of like them too.
That's how I tell people my name, right? Because you remember the song Aisha. Yeah. And when I would explain, instead of say duh. So instead of Aisha, it's Aïda. And that's how the kids, when I was little, they used to get it all the time. Aïda.
No kidding.
Then when I got older, they used in high school, they had the then they had the opera and the Elton John song, and people used to like, Aïda. So like, those are like the two ways people were able to remember my name. But then that's how I know people are not cultured. I'm like, you never heard of the fucking opera, the play? You from New York? It's one thing if you're not from here, but come on, baby, we got Broadway all over. You still don't know how to pronounce my fucking name? Come on, baby.
That's a good point. Cool. But hey, what was your first introduction to rap? Do you remember the first song that made you fall in love with hip hop?
Yeah, so it probably was. I want to say it probably was "Jump" by Criss Cross.
Oh, that's right.
It was it was that, and then shit. I want to say, you know what? I can't remember the name of the group. I remember the video. I might have to. It was another set of kids. Was it Illegal? Was that the name of the rap group? Illegal, I think. It was
Illegal with Jamal. Yeah, Jamal. Hit her gut.
Yeah. I remember like the kids groups. I remember they were dope, bro. I remember.
Yeah, really Illegal was hard.
Towards them.
Yeah.
I mean, they would spend some crazy shit. I didn't live that life, but
their songs were super dope.
They were dope. And then obviously, and then even like growing up in Queens, especially like Salt and Pepper was huge over here. Spinnerella used to have a hair salon that my granny and my aunts and them used to go to
Oh, that's fucking
back in the
cool.
day. That was like in the early 90s. Yeah, so like, and then obviously LL Cool J, he was another one.
Yeah.
He was always moving around. Everybody in Queens always saw him.
Oh no,
Um,
crazy.
yeah, like the Queens, and then when I got a little older, it was like Lost Boy, all the Queens artists. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
hold you. I'm a Queens girl through and through and through.
I love
Um,
it.
and then obviously, like when we get the Bad Boy era, that was another one that was definitely impactful. Biggie, Junior Mafia,
Yeah,
Little Kim, all
yeah,
that. Foxy Brown. I know she wasn't on Bad Boy, but like just around like that time frame.
yeah. Mace. Yep.
Yeah,
Cameron.
yeah, Mace, yeah, Cam is in my top five.
Yeah.
DOA.
Big L.
Um,
Oh man.
the Big L was a different, yeah, going too soon. That's the thing too. You definitely got a lot of artists that were going too soon, and
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
we didn't get a chance to see exactly what they would have become had they still been here. Like Biggie, like
That's a
what
good point.
you know what I mean? Like I just think about Biggie alone. Like he's still
Yeah.
impactful,
Oh, that's right.
right?
Off of the two albums that he had, Life After Death, and uh,
He was what, like 24 or 25, I think, when he passed away, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was young.
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
still like, you still get back. And then remember um when it's like an old Biggie verse to like throw on the record that he did. It was like you know what I mean? Like you so impactful, people paying to get
yeah.
you, you know what I mean? Like you dead, but we paying to get you on a fucking record.
Oh,
So I could only imagine if he was still here today. Forget it.
oh, yeah, hell yeah, yeah. You guys, oh man, Big L and Freaky Top from the Lost Boys. Just the list goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, all very young. Good point. Well, hey, you talked a lot about like East Coast MCs. Did you ever get into rap from the West Coast? Was there, if so, was there anybody that you really enjoyed from the West?
I was a Yo-Yo fan. I
Oh,
love
yeah,
Yo-Yo. She's one of my favorite of all time's favorite women. Like
that's a good one.
she was an all-around artist. I'm not gonna hold you, baby. That I was never really into the Cali, and not just Cali. I was never really into outside of New York, with the
Yeah,
exception. I loved Trick Daddy and Trina.
yep,
I forget what their camp was called. I can't remember, but like
yeah,
but them. Um yeah, that shit is it's not coming to me. But Trick Daddy and Trina, because I really like Trina. Um,
yeah.
I really, really love Texas screw music. I know that's
Oh,
so
like
random, but
Paul Wall and
I love screw like that. That's something I really love. We could throw on like Snoop, and I could rap the songs because it was popular, and I memorized it based off of the fact that it was always playing. But I
yeah,
personally, I never downloaded a Snoop record. I just
yeah.
wasn't for me. I liked Corrupt.
Oh,
He was a spitter. That's
woo,
what I liked about him. He was like a spitter. I did like him.
yeah,
I was a Tupac fan, Tupac the Outlaws, but Tupac
yep,
was kind of like he was both East Coast, West Coast.
yeah, yeah. You're
And then
absolutely
and
right.
then I liked Nate Dogg. I know
Yeah,
he wasn't a rapper, but I like Nate Dogg. Warren G was cool.
yeah.
I think Yo Yo was really like the one that stood out to me. But then I was a fan of Nipsey. I want to say
Oh,
back in like 2012 or 2013.
yeah,
He had this album. It was like I think it was Crenshaw. Was it called Crenshaw? I think it was like a red cover or something. I might have to go back and check it out.
yeah.
And my homie had like put me on. He was like, "Yo, check this cat. He's from Cali. I know you don't really fuck with like non-New Yorkers, but I think you might like him because he could rap." And
Uh-huh.
then I was like, "Okay, this is cool." I heard some stuff, but then I came across an interview that he did. And he was talking about colonialism. I was like, "Oh, this is a smart black man." So then after that, like when I saw like what he was about, I'm not gonna hold you, especially this day and age. As an adult, I pay attention to the character
Yeah,
because the you can make dope music and I can respect what you make as an artist, but if I don't fuck with who you are, spiritually, like I'm not gonna tap, I'm not gonna waste my time. I ain't gonna hold you, even with my home around me, I'm not playing that. And if you do, I'm gonna call you out on the record, I'm gonna out rap you, and I'm gonna embarrass you on this fucking record. That's not who I am
yeah,
outside of the rap. And like I said, I make sure I utilize my rap to represent who I am as a person. I come from that era. You have to live what you rap.
yeah.
I
That's right.
I come from that. Babe. Don't say something and that's not who you are because you're getting called out on it. Because you remember coming up, right? Especially at least when I was coming up, when you said something on rap and somebody heard you say that, they pressing you about it. They asking
Yeah,
you about that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Fighting
that's
words.
that's the era I come from. Yeah. Well, even if I got people start doing they trapping and they doing this, I'm like, my nigga, you a custy. Like I know you buy drugs, like you use drugs, you don't sell it, but
Yeah,
you rapping about selling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't like that because it's just like it's. But then I had to. I'm not gonna hold you. I had to catch myself too because I'm like, I just think that's guy world. You know how guys are when you guys are around each other. It's like ego. It's the bravado. It's
Yeah.
like and
Yeah.
I had to learn. I had to learn to not take that shit personal. A lot of the
Yeah.
times it's not personal. It's just how guys interact with each other. But they're like, I understand that, but if you want me on this record or you want me around in the studio, like we're not doing that shit. Like I said, your mother should have corrected you. That's like if
Yeah.
I'm a mom and I got a bunch of sons, you could be hooligans all you want and do that masculine
Yeah.
shit. I'm not gonna stop you from being a boy, but I'm
Yeah.
also correct you when you disrespectful with that shit. So
Yeah. Yeah. Ego is dangerous for
mm.
sure. Who, in your opinion, shaped the MC that you are? Were there any particular rappers that you kind of modeled your style off of, or really enjoyed the way they spit
Yeah,
rhymes?
yeah. Thing if depending on which track you hear from, you could point it out like when I say it, but it's usually my top. So Nas first and foremost,
Yeah.
the intelligence, the wisdom. 50 Cent fan through and through and through. He's one of my go. People might not credit him as an MC, but if you growing up, we talk about
I
50 Cent as a future. Guess who's back? Like those mixtapes, he was a different kind of animal.
I think dope.
And like I definitely have that. The Cameron wittiness. Cameron's another one of my top fives. He's funny. So I always
Yeah.
make sure I'm entertaining with the records. And then I got like Jadakiss and Foxy, but usually because
Oh,
of like the rasp, the deep
yeah.
voice. And then Jada get the bars and I think you could hear a little bit of each, like when I rap.
Yeah.
And then I'm a Stack Bundles fan. He's another one gone too soon. Riot in Peace, and so that was another style that I really kind of like. I took
Yeah.
bits and pieces from him. He had like that slick talk. So I just think New York overall.
Yeah.
But if I had, yeah, it was definitely Nas, 50, Cameron, um, Jada, Stack. That's probably it.
Yeah.
Like that kind of, and then like I took all of that, and then I'm a woman, so it's like on top of that, I just have like that feminine energy I throw on top.
I love it.
So
Did you like Boot Camp Click at all? Because I hear a little bit too.
yeah. Like
I love your delivery. Your delivery is amazing.
Brooklyn shit was hard. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Queens girl, but I respect Brooklyn. Gutter, grimy. Thank. I like to even if you don't know me, I like when you hear it, like it's like I'm in your face, like I'm talking to you, like
Yeah.
because that's just my nature. Because I come from, like I said, once again, when you rapping and I'm rapping around you, I'm in your face. I'm doing yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I like the way you inflect on your words at the end of a line. And it's just very flavorful and just I
Thank
like
you,
it. Just really adds to the delivery. And so I think I find it very unique. Again, just amazing live too from the videos
thank
I've
you,
seen. Yeah.
thank
Hey,
you.
outside of rap, what other music do you like?
I like old time calypso music, old
Mm-hmm.
time soca. So like the subjects was like it was real a lot of political content within that music. Reggae culture, same thing, very political.
Yeah.
I love lovers rock. I'm a Libra, so like I like love songs more than anything.
Yeah.
I listen to I ain't gonna hold you. I listen to Barbara Streisand, Dionne Warwick,
That's dope.
Celine Dion, Natalie Cole, like old time. Whitney Houston, obviously, Mariah
Oh,
Carey.
I love
Like
both of
I'm
them. I love.
eclectic, but then I love salsa too. So like Mark Anthony's one of my favorite artists across all genres of music.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's usually so if it's not Caribbean music, then it's like the old, I guess, easy listening. I
Yeah.
guess would that be the case? I don't even know how you categorize that, but yeah,
Yeah.
like light rock or something.
Yeah. Hey, that's great. I love it when folks have an eclectic taste, and you can tell too in your delivery too that you're influenced by many things. But do you recall the moment that you decided that you were going to try to put pen to paper? Did you start as a battle MC, or were you more of a writer slash poet at first?
Not definitely not a poet. I was definitely like a yeah, because when you in New York, you battle everybody
Yeah.
that raps, like especially coming up,
Yeah.
even if you went school, right? You battling in the lunchroom, you
Yeah.
battling like on your free period. That, what I mean? Like that's just like that's second nature. So I definitely did that a lot. Junior high and high school, but
Yeah.
I was also in the writing too because I think like I knew early on I really had a gift. Like it wasn't just a talent. Like I was
Yeah.
always able to like convey some real shit, but like in such a I guess a fun, witty manner kind of thing. Like you could even when I was young, I'm telling you, like the kind of shit I used to write about, like because I read a lot too. I was very well read. I
Yeah.
was always like uh, I guess above average when it came to school and stuff like that. Like I was very, very highly intelligent. And then, my home, like I come from, I come from a broken home. So it was a lot of stuff that I couldn't necessarily I guess vocalize, you know, when you're a kid. So I would, you know, be in my own little escape world, my fantasy world, and I would get everything
Yeah.
out in the music and stuff like that. So it was therapy from early on. And then when I saw like when people liked like what I was doing, like people caught on. Like I'm talking about like, when I was in like fourth, fifth, sixth grade as a kid, like people were like into stuff that I was penning. And then by the time I
Yeah.
was in junior high, I was like writing songs, like
No doubt.
actual songs that like, you know, and then by the time I got to high school, same thing, battling everybody. And then I think my senior year, I did you know, this is back when like Fruity Loops, everybody had the
Oh
Fruity Loops.
man,
So
brought it back.
my homeboy, he was making beats on there, and then we had like that old school little microphone that you connect to the PC, and we recorded a CD, and yeah, we sold it in school for like five
Ah,
dollars
that's
or
so
something
cool.
like that. Um, yeah, like hustling. It's crazy because there's people that went to high school with me, and they come across me, they like, and they'll rap certain songs off of that CD to me. That's like almost 20 years ago, and they'll rap the
Yeah.
shit to me, which is pretty dope. But like, yeah, it was always something that like this was my gift. Like, you know, we all get skills and talents and gifts, but this was like something that I know when like I talk shit because I was chosen for it. Like that's not me tooting my own horn. That's like I said,
It's a
if
gift.
I was a trash bag, if I was a trash bag whore, it's nothing for me to write pussy rap music and
Yeah.
sell that and go viral and make some real bread off of that. Like that's nothing for me to do.
Yeah.
My spirit won't let me do that.
Oh,
And that's why I talk my shit, because I could easily do that, right? And I choose not to. I discipline myself enough to like not want an easy bag, you know what I mean? Not based,
yeah.
not on this. Like I don't want to put that into the world, you know, just to make a fucking dollar. Like I really want to ensure that I'm using this purposeful. So
Yeah.
when it's all said and done, right, and like I transition, like God is gonna be like, yeah, you did exactly what we wanted you to do,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I'm not gonna hold you. I know intuitively that's why I receive everything I'm receiving, and it's a slow but sure process. I think from the outside
Yeah.
looking in, you could even people that's known me from years ago, you could see the progression. And I don't post about shit. Like I'm not one of those people. I'm not posting what I'm doing, who I'm with. Like it's just like I show and prove kind of thing. And I think so.
Yeah.
You might not even. It might look like I'm not doing nothing, and then out of nowhere, like you'll see me tagged in something. It's like, oh shit, I didn't
Yeah.
even. Yeah, because I show and prove. I keep my mouth shut, and I do the fucking work. Um, and like I said, I just want to make sure that I use this correctly. So I get, you know, I know it's marketing, it's promo, and there's a lot of, you know, it's business, and I respect the business.
Yeah.
I don't take anything away from anybody that's the direction they move in. But to me, like business is subsequent. Like
Mm.
it's the art first, and then it's the
Yeah.
business. Because at the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman by nature. So even if it's
Yeah.
not rap, I'm gonna make sure I'm hustling something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You better be happy I'm not hustling your daughter. So,
But you make and you said it several times during the interview was that you've got a voice and you are the voice for those who do not have a voice. And I hear you constantly on your records calling wrong folks out, and I'll talk about one that you addressed later on. But man, I love it. I just think you're
thank
a
you,
great speaker for justice. And you're right. The gift of gab, the ability to do
thank
that
you,
is certainly a gift. Not everybody
thank
can
you.
do it. 100% agree.
Listen. I'm not gonna hold you, baby. I'm like a fake reverend in my own right. I speak in tongue. Like, believe me, I speak the tongue of the people. I speak the
Yeah,
tongue of the Lord. I speak the tongue of the devil. I speak it all, right? And I understand, like, the audience I'm dealing with. And like
yeah,
I said, I'm very purposeful because I ain't gonna hold you. Like, there's definitely bars I have in there, and if you don't know any better, you might think I worship the fucking devil based off of. So I might, I'll talk that serpent shit, yeah. Because guess what? The devil don't control me, baby. I control the devil. You know what I
that's
mean?
right.
I could be friends with the devil because, like, nah, he don't. You the external shit. That shit is not making me move. You know what I mean? Like, I know who the
Yeah.
fuck I am, so I can hang around with Lucifer and chat with Lucifer and be like, "What's
Yes.
up, Lucifer?" Because he's not gonna do a fucking thing to me. He has no choice but to respect my power because I'm chosen by God. Like, but in the same token, that exists, right? Look at your shirt, right? Yin and yang. They both fucking exist. As above, so below, as within, so
Yeah.
without. Like it's the duality, external and internal.
Yeah.
I'm just fully aware that the internal, the unseen realm governs this external realm that we live
Yeah.
in. And because I have that kind of knowledge, that's another reason I'm more powerful with what I'm doing because I know what I'm doing. How many people are out here spellcasting what they raps have no fucking idea what they're doing? How many, and this is
Right.
not to, I'm not trying to like victim blame, but how many rappers have died? But then when you look at the fucking music that they made, and this is like a Nipsey Hussle included, you got to be realistic. You tongued your own fucking death, baby. You tongued your death on these records. I'm not. This is nothing to feel offended about. This is the reality of what we're dealing with. It's no different, right? Like fast forward now, it's the excessive over sexualization with the music. I don't knock it. I respect all hustles. I don't knock it, because when men rapping about women they fucking that we know they not fucking, no token. I'm gonna tell women this, right? You put in all of this excessive sexual energy out into the world. You
Mm.
have to understand that is going to come back to you in one way or another. It might
Sure.
not come back to you directly. You might have a kid now, right? And now
Yeah.
your kid is going to be acting in a way that you might not necessarily like, you don't agree with, right? But then
Yeah.
you got to factor in, look, you put this out in the world, and now
Yeah.
it's just manifesting through your child.
Mm.
Or it could just manifest itself through some disgusting attention, right? And once again, I'm not victim blaming, but it's like if you
Yeah.
put in a certain image of yourself out there, you got to understand there are predators out there, and they
Yeah.
seeing this shit, and they're like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? And but because this is the energy that's attached to them, and you got to
Yeah.
understand that that's another type of energy that you could attract into it. So you just got to be mindful. That's why I tell people now, like when I rap now, I make sure I include money bars. I'm trying to pen my way to some fucking millions. Fuck out of here,
Yeah.
baby. I'm rich.
Yeah, that's a great point. And so I keep talking about the song that I was going to ask you about. And you're right. There's a song that
Sure.
you did called Baby Boy that I was like, man, the
Oh,
messaging on that thing was like powerful as hell. That's why I said, yeah, hell yeah, you're a
thank
teacher.
you. Thank you. Thank you for I'm not gonna lie to you. That's one of my favorite records. And I know
Yeah.
um those are not the type of records that people will push or really
Yeah.
tune into, because I get it. I understand, but like
Yeah.
I'm not making records for like for you to push it. I'm making shit that I know I'm supposed to make, because at the end of
Yeah.
the day, somebody needs to hear that fucking record. Someone needs to hear that. Like it's not about making money. It's like nah, because there's pedophiles in our fucking community.
Yeah.
Period. Right?
Yeah.
Period.
It's a
And
hard song to listen
it's
to.
it's like, because you know what it's too, like, right, we have a tendency to talk about the young men now, right? The younger generation, they don't have this, they don't have training. A lot of those young men, I'm not gonna hold you, they were probably sexually assaulted, right?
Sure.
But because they're boys and they're not giving us space to actually process that, the damn, now I have to overcompensate for my manhood, right? It's just like
I
it's a disgusting manifestation of whatever trauma they've been through.
Yeah.
And if it's not them, then it's the hyper misogyny, right? Because
Yeah.
now it's like, once again, you have to overcompensate for the fact that you feel like you couldn't protect your manhood. But my thing, I'm a woman and I'm not looking at you like no fucking man. You a baby. That's how I
Yeah.
look at that, right? I don't care if you 17, 18, you still a baby to me, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at you through the lens of a fucking mother. And I
Yeah.
know, like, that behavior that you're exhibiting, that's a result of something that was in your house. Whether you
Yeah.
didn't get what you were supposed to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's fucked up, but it's just, and I think, like, especially with men, not, I think with women, we get a little more grace, even in our 20s, but with men, it's kind of like, now you got to man up. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, but he's a baby.
Yeah.
He's a fucking baby. Let him deal with his
Yeah.
fucking emotions and process his emotions. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm one of those women, like, I gotta check, like, I need healthy men around me, because I wouldn't coddle, but I am a little more softer,
Yeah.
in terms of like how I deal with kids, because I'm more like, damn, like I know they're not getting what they're supposed to get at home. So like I might give you a little, not I don't want to say a break, but I'm more graceful,
Yeah.
with how I meet your behavior and how I correct you. Whereas like I know like healthy men are like, nah, we gotta nip that shit in the butt. We can't allow
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And that's true too. So it's like, and I appreciate that balance, and that's another thing that's
That's
lacking,
right.
right? Because then
It's that
you
balance.
got you got a lot of women that probably are like me, and they probably do give a little more grace to their sons, but because there's not a man in the house to be like, nah, the son might he might internalize it. Oh, maybe it's okay, it's cool if I, or my mom is still gonna love me even if I do this kind of thing. And there's no repercussions for it. So it's a thin line, I guess, when you're dealing with that. But at the end of the day, man, I look at, I'm about to be 40. So at this point, if you
Mm.
in your 30s, you're a baby to me. So
Yeah.
everybody that's younger than me, I'm looking at you like I'm here to give you wisdom. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Hey, I just credit to you for addressing topics that
pardon
are
me. Yeah.
hard to talk about. And again, I just wanted to quote some of your lines. Blood is thicker than water means nothing if you are a predator.
Thank you.
How you gonna hurt a child
You're
for the
gonna hurt
sake
a
of
child for the
making them
sake of
pleasure
making them
you?
pleasure you. Wish
Yeah.
I had a shot for you. Everyone in the Glock for you. Don't care if you were sick. You should
You
know
should know
exactly what.
exactly what not to do. Oh man, I was like,
Yeah.
damn. It's a hard
Yeah.
song to listen to, but it's like it's the truth.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I just
Yeah.
I applaud you for doing that.
Thank you. Thank you. I just, like I said, that those things, that pedophilia shit, that shit is like, that hits close to home. And it
Okay.
can, sexual trauma will fuck your life up if it's
Yeah.
not, if you're not able to address it, or if you don't have a support system around you to help you process that.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said, when I see people act out, it's so funny. My best friend, when we were younger, she used to hate this shit about me. Anytime she would come and complain about like a group of girls, right? And like, and
Mm.
she would be warranted, right? In what she would be complaining about in terms of their behavior. And then me, I'm like, well, you know, maybe she was molested, or maybe she was raped. And
Oh,
she'd be like, why do you always have to bring that up? I'm
yeah.
like, because it's the truth. That's
Right.
that's that's really, that's generally what the cause of that kind of behavior is. You know, I hate that I have to bring it up, but like I can't like ignore the
Can't
fact
rule it
that
out.
that's a cause. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I went to John Jay College of Criminal Justice, right? And
Okay.
I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, minor in Latin American studies and forensic psychology. So like
Oh,
social
wow.
sciences, like all of that, like that was
Yeah.
like how the mind works, criminology, all of like what makes a criminal, like human behavior. That's always been something that I've been
Interesting.
interested in. And I'm even with the music, I'm able to connect like the social science aspect with
Yeah.
like the spiritual aspect and the
I
esoteric
agree.
aspect, the metaphysical aspect, because it's all related to the mind essentially, right?
Yeah. Sure.
And it's a lot. It's a lot. And then when you factor in the matrix and the agendas that they have in place, and it's, you know, and all of those codes and all that, like the source codes and all of that shit, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. The truth is stranger than fiction.
Hey, what about just coming up as an MC? Was it difficult coming up as a female? Did you feel like that there were gatekeepers or folks who were
Oh,
harder
yeah, yeah,
harder
yeah,
than you?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say this, baby. And every woman, especially if you're from New York, you know what it is. Like I come from a time you had to rap. You
Yeah.
had to rap. Like, and it's and especially being a woman, you had to be able to rap.
Uh-huh.
And because I was always able to rap,
Yeah.
I used to, it was 50-50. Like it was definitely the, you know, the typical egotistical men
Yeah.
that, you know, they can't lose to a man, let alone lose
Yeah.
to a woman, right?
Yeah.
Right, you know
Hell
what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like
Ego.
if a woman walks all over you on a track, you know, you hateful, right? And
Yeah.
so I dealt with a lot of, and I've seen like the worst sides of men when it came to this industry. But on the flip side, a real nigga is a real nigga no matter where he is, and he's gonna give it up. There's real men, they give it up. It's like
Yeah.
they acknowledge themselves
True.
in me. I just happen to be a woman. They not afraid to be like, oh nah, you got that shorty, oh nah,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
cook
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they're also
Let's
able
go.
to say that to other men, right? Because they're healthy, right? They're
Yeah.
healthy individuals.
Right. Right.
So I just look at it like that. I already know if you a hater or if you're healthy. Because me too, right? I show everybody love. If you get busy and I come across your stuff, I'll share it on my stories or I'll repost it because I like if you dope, you dope. I have no problem giving
Yeah.
love because I'm abundant in that. I'm
That's
skillful.
right.
Like so, you know what I mean. When people can't give me love, I already know what it is. It's because like you lacking. You have a scarcity mindset in whatever it is you're doing, so you scared to give it up to me. But it's cool because guess what? Now you got to watch Allah bless me in front of you.
Yeah. Oh, haters will definitely hate. Well, how
Uh-huh.
do you stay inspired creatively, especially when the industry sometimes it feels repetitive, talking about money and so on? Like, what motivates you to still do music and all the different topics that you do?
Because I am myself through and through and through. I never shy away from being myself. I lead with authenticity. And like I said, that's why I stand out. It's not a matter of me being better than this person or not. I mean, I'm better than all of them, but it's not that's not even the conversation because there's a lot of dope fucking MCs, dope rappers, dope
Yeah.
artists, whatever you want to classify them as. Um, but I will always stand out because I'm myself. Even when I
Yeah.
get on
That's
records,
great.
I've gotten on records and I heard like my homies. I'm like, oh nah, there's no way I could have a better verse than him because like you know I'm like, oh nah, he cooked that. He cooked that through and through and through. I'm not gonna have the better verse, but I'm gonna have the funnier verse. Like I make sure that you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you laugh. I'm gonna catch your ears, and you're gonna be like, you have to give it up to me. So even if I might feel like somebody is, damn, he cooking that, I'm gonna make sure you remember me. Because I'm gonna
Oh
stand
man,
out. I'm gonna just be myself. And
I
that's what I
agree.
think that's why people I think check for me too because you know if you look I don't do what everybody else does. I'm not doing a bunch of visuals. I'm not like
Yeah.
you know doing the marketing, the mass promotion, jumping in your
Yeah.
DM, sending my single, sending my video, sending my I don't do any of that shit, baby.
Yeah.
I'll post it on my page. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
But even with the algorithms, I alchemize that too because I know that who's meant to receive it, they're gonna come across it.
Yeah.
And that's another reason I stand out because I think people catch on to, oh, she's she's not doing this for an image or for retention. Like she rapping because she loves rapping. Like
She
she's
just want to make
outspoken
music.
rapping.
Yeah,
And don't get me wrong, I love the money. I'm a businesswoman.
yeah,
But I know there's money in the sense of cool, right? Into a
yeah,
client because now I could promote my book, I could promote my
yeah.
products, right?
That's right. All the other stuff. And you know what?
Yeah.
What else you're good at is your opening lines are always on point. You know, so it's like, yeah. Oh, it's great. I think you enter the verse always perfectly, and it's just sometimes that's hard to come up with the first line, first punchline, or if you're gonna say something funny. I think you always nail it every time you spit a verse. And I want to go into some of your albums, and I want to talk to you real
Thank
quick
you. Thank you.
about Beauty and the Beast, that EP you did last year
Oh,
with Jay Scott, the illest. That was a great album. You talk to me about
thank
that
you.
real quick,
Thank
how that
you.
went down?
Thank you. Yeah, sure, sure. First and foremost, shout out to Jay Scott.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you're familiar with the Junkies platform. There was
Okay.
this guy Tripe from ATL. He transitioned a couple months back.
Oh
Um,
man.
but I came across I met Jay Scott through that platform.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so we were locked in from then. He's cool. He raps. And he would show love and vice versa. And
Yeah.
then he hit me up and he was like, "Yo, like, would you be down to do a project, like a collab project?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, for sure." He did the beats, like all of those. He produced those beats.
Wow.
So he sent me like a zip file. He told me the idea he had for it. He was like, it was Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
And so what was so dope is that when I heard, I think maybe two of the songs he took the lead on, but the rest of them, like I took the lead on them. Like I just like I set the tone, sent it over, and he was feeling it. And we kind of like once he said Beauty and the Beast, I was like, all right, cool. I already know how I'm coming. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna
That
know
was
which
me.
one loved about it. And then he did like I guess he used what was it AI thing is everybody's using now chat PT or something.
Yeah. You talking about the
Um,
cover?
to do like the artwork and all of that stuff.
Yeah, that was cool. I
Yeah,
liked
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. So he was able to, yeah, I liked what he did. He did a couple of the other things too using AI. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm kind of like I'm like that old white man conspiracy theorist. So I'm a little apprehensive of the AI. So
Yeah.
I don't really I don't dabble in that.
Yeah.
But I'll let other people do what they do. So it came out kind of dope.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta talk. Man, my favorite song on the album is the song called "Uncomfortable." Oh man,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you, thank you, thank
16
you.
ounces in a pound, so that's one whole verse that I'll be bagging up to sell. If
Woo!
the rhymes don't work, I'm gonna be bagging up to sell like a rhinestone shirt. I have a fashion to fulfill.
Still, thank
To go
you,
and get
thank you.
uncomfortable. I got you going like a stunt double. I'm pushing through the riskiest shit like I don't want to go. Man,
Thank
that was
you.
me.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that song. Yeah. Oh, every time I'm
Thank
bumping into the car, it just gets me crazy. So I get all
thank
hyped and stuff.
you. Thank you. Thank you. No,
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you. Thank you for actually tapping in, like for real. And actually listening to what I'm saying. I'm not gonna hold you. I think another reason I rap and God gave me this gift is because in a conversation, people don't want to hear me talk because I think they just like, nah, this
you,
fucking buzzkill over here. She gonna tell us everything we doing is
you got
haram and
you gotta listen.
we're going to hell. And it's like I'm not
Oh,
trying to ruin your fun. You know what it is? What they say? I hate this. I hate the ignorance is bliss term. Because
yeah,
I think ignorance is evil. There's nothing bliss about that. But I understand. Yeah,
yeah,
when you stupid, like you don't, you could just party and have fun all day long because you don't know the consequences of your actions, right? The more
right,
you know, it's kind of like, oh shit, I have to be more responsible and more accountable,
right.
with everything that I'm doing in life, you know. Um, so yeah, but with that being said, I think people don't want to have those conversations with me in general. So then, like, I just put all that shit on the record because now it's like you like how I rap, and the whole time it's like I'm speaking to your subconscious. You don't even realize it. I'm reprogramming how you fucking think,
Yeah,
unbeknownst
yeah,
to you.
yeah. You just gotta take the time to listen. And that hook was hard as hell. That's probably a song I would love to see you perform live. But ooh,
Thank
and
you.
that Jay Scott hook, I heard you mumble when you walk past. Repeat yourself. Who you talking to? Hey, Aïda, go beat his ass. Now we need help. Made you uncomfortable, man. That's a great song. And
Thank you.
Navigation was another dope track too. Your back and forth with Jay Scott was really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, that was his he took the lead on that one. So
yeah.
it was kind of cool because actually my original verses for that, my flow was different.
Okay.
And then he
Yeah,
was he was like, yo, like you think you want to come in using my flow kind of thing. So I had to retweak my verses for that. And it came out dope. I liked it because it
yeah.
was like the same kind of bouncy, which was
Flawless.
kind of dope.
Yeah. Hey, again, your lyrics very deep. I try to
Thank you.
navigate the rolls of the wind. My GPS is in the nose. What I'm feeling. I take a left and take a right when it's needed. Righteous or reason, you gotta fight through the bleeding. Woo, man, fire.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Thank you. Thank you, Dwayne Johnson.
I
I told
wish.
you now that I know you. Have you ever are you a rock fan? Are you a fan of his movies and stuff? Or
Yeah, yeah. I absolutely love his movies for sure. Well, hey, you got a bunch of dope, amazing music online. I just finished an interview with Reno RX on Gen Pop, and we talked about his album. And then your verse on that was killer. The feature that you did for
thank
him
you.
on RNA, just great. Just again, you're very good with the lyrics, and I'm a fan. But yeah, no, that was a great song. And you got this
Thank
one
you.
remix too online. Bars department did a remix. It's kind of like I think the song was called "Natural Born" or "Tribe Vibes," but they used the Tribe Called Quest sample to
Oh
talk.
yeah, yeah, he does like he usually takes like verses and he cooks beats up around them, which is kind of dope because he actually I don't know if you're familiar with Show Rock. He's one of my
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I heard him remix some of Show Rock's verses, and I was like, yeah, just came out.
yeah. Show Rock's really dope.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did a couple. He did some work with my friend Kofa. But yeah, I'm amazing MCs. But yeah, your lyrics again. It's my due diligence. I work harder than any immigrant. Black, brown, red, and the yellow. Again, just very introspective. But the comedy in it too, right? It's like yeah, hell yeah, she's working hard.
Thank you. I kid you
Yeah,
not. I just my homie had hit me and my other homie on Friday about he had sent us a beat, right? And
yeah,
then I was like, yeah, give me I'm gonna have that shit to you next week because I got a couple of days to myself and I just want to like be in solitude. I don't want to like extend my energy to anybody. I just want to be with myself, right? And then I had the
yeah,
beat on Friday, right? And then I ended up I was like, nah, I'm gonna just do something to this today, right? Because it was one of those
yeah.
things. Now I'm gonna cook the hear your verse. I'm gonna record my verse first and send the shit, and I dare you to out rap me, right? And
Yeah.
and I sent this shit, and I in the opening line on the record is if I was getting raped, I'd probably think about your raps, because then I know there's still worse conditions than where I'm at. So I
Damn.
sent that over, and my boys, and they both were like, "Fuck you." Like now we got to jump on after this. I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know how y'all coming, and they both rap. So I was like, in case they outbar me on this, I got to make sure like I'm funny and you remember what the fuck I said. So
Yeah.
and that's another thing I like about being a woman is I could say some shit that like a man can't say, right?
Yeah.
Because
Hell yeah.
I'm the one that has the pussy, right?
Yeah.
And I could talk some sexual assault shit. I could put that in a bar
You
and
can.
it's gonna be received differently because I'm a woman, and I make sure I utilize that. I like to walk on a thin line with that because it like I said the younger me I was very rude. Like I had I was not disciplined with my tongue. Like I was saying what the fuck I wanted to say. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like
Yeah. There's certainly things that you guys can say that guys cannot. That's a great point. You're right. It just it makes the line even more riskier, but the shock factor you create is
I call myself I'll call myself or said all sorts of whores on a record. Like I'll call myself a whore when I'm rap. Like, cause I could talk about myself how I fucking I dare you to say something disrespectful to me when I'm
yeah,
rapping, you fucking asshole. But like I make sure like like I'm raw and I'm vulgar because that's what I'm saying. That's why I stand out because I'm myself. I don't want to be like that person or that person. So
yeah,
if that person is rapping and I know, oh, they're gonna have me, they probably gonna just punchline. I try to listen. I only got 16 bars, right? So I gotta
yeah,
make sure I make you laugh, I make you think, I make you go, oh yeah,
yeah,
and I make you remember, right?
yeah.
Those who gotta go, oh yeah, and you gotta always remember me.
Yeah. Hey, that's
That's
a
it.
great point. And as you say that, I think about all the videos that I've seen where you're performing live. I thought you were really dope. I saw this performance that you did at the Hive show last year, which I was like, whoa, man, she sounds amazing. Like, and sometimes like you don't sound the way that you do when you record the music, but I thought you sound exactly the same way you sound on the
Oh,
record.
thank you. Yeah, I'm a New Yorker, baby. Like I yeah,
Lit.
I come from that clause. Yeah, I come from that clause. I'm not gonna one thing I love about performing
Yeah.
is because somebody asked me one time on an interview, they said, what do you like more? Like the writing, the recording, or the performing? And I
Yeah.
was like, they're all equal to me, but in different components. So like
Sure.
the writing, it's like that's my therapy, right? That's between
Yeah.
me and God. I sit by myself and I let Allah come and speak through me and I deliver them. It's like
Hmm.
if I was reading tarot, right? I'm gonna deliver the messages, the energy. I'm gonna read the energy of the cards, kind of thing, and I'm gonna deliver the
Right.
message. That's how I feel about when I'm rapping. It's like this is my version of tarot. This is me, reading the energy
Yeah.
and getting the shit out there. And then the recording, I love recording because it's fun. It's fun. I love recording music. I think
Yeah.
it's a fun activity to do. Just in general, because it's like you feel like a star. You in the studio, you doing all that. So that's be feeling like Malcolm X, right? Because I'm on the stage, I have listening to my ideology right now, and like I said,
Yeah.
I know it's spellcast, and I know exactly what I'm doing, and I make sure I'm making eye contact with you. I might smile like
Yeah.
when I say a certain line because I know it's funny, and
Yeah.
if I know the next thing I'm gonna say is disrespectful, I'm gonna look at you very
Like,
seriously.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
small. Yeah, and it's because I'm small. I'm 5'2", right? I'm a small frame woman, 5'2", like a buck 30. So like, I'm petite, right? But like, nah, don't
yeah.
fuck the bark. My bite is different. Like I'll
That's right.
bite you before I bark. I won't even bark. I'm gonna just bite, and I like it. If people
Yeah.
that don't know me, when they see me and I get on stage, they're like, "Oh, who's this? What's this woman? Let me see what this little lady gonna say." And then now I'm rapping, and and I rap. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and I catch it. Even if I know somebody might start off wanting to be a hater, they might not want to give it up. They might be there like this, well, what's she gonna say next? And when I'm done, one of the songs is gonna catch you.
Mind blown.
You give me
Right.
two, three songs,
Yeah.
two, three songs in a set. One of them shit's gonna catch you. So like it's fun. I listen. It's all it's a process for me, but it's one of those things. Like even when I'm picking out songs to perform, like I really do take
Yeah.
the time, and even in the order, because like I want to make sure. Like I said, it's like I'm doing a sermon. I got to make sure I know my audience. I know
Yeah.
exactly this audience likes this sound. They might
Yeah.
maybe it's like a boom bap audience, but they might be bringing their
Yeah. You gotta
girlfriends,
read the
right?
crowd.
So there's gonna be women there. So I want to make sure I have something that women, so women know, like, yeah, like I rap, fuck these niggas, like I'm a woman, baby, like I got music for you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like I make sure that like after I rap, like I have some kind of like song that has like consciousness, so like
Yeah.
I'm ignorant, but like nah, I'm on this type of time, and then I got to make sure I rap. Now I fucking do this. Don't don't play with me. Play with your girlfriend.
Yeah. Hey, and you got another video I seen that was really dope. Was the one where you were on Shade 4 or 5, the Punchline Academy show, where you were rhyming with Unique Waters.
Peace. Yeah,
Man,
she's oh man, she's fucking dope, man. She's another
yeah.
one.
Y'all
Fucking
both
the
fucking murked
problem.
the mic. But,
Thank
you,
you.
yeah, you brought yeah, again. You always make sure the lines are punchy, funny, and just
Thank
catchy.
you.
And yeah, my shit clean like the water at every christening.
You
Fuck
fuck
around,
around, I
Aïda
get
get
it
dirty
dirty.
like the water at Flint, Michigan. God damn.
Thank you. I listen,
Yeah,
I love I like those kind of ciphers those are when like, I'm giving you the papoose bars, right? So it's not
yeah.
just a
Oh,
16.
great.
I'm rapping forever. I'm rapping, right? But and the
Yeah,
dope thing about Punchline, shout out to Amadeus, because the very first time when I went and I did the basement freestyle, and I was like, do I have to bring a beat? What do I have to do? And he was like, just be ready to rap. I was like, oh, like once you tell, if all I have to do is rap, I don't have to do anything else, right?
yeah,
I don't have to do my hair. I don't have to like. I mean, I got to shower, but other than that, like I don't have to like
yeah.
you letting me talk, and now I'm
That's right.
talking. I'm gonna talk, and the beat is looped, so I could talk forever. Oh, forget it. I'm
Yeah,
talking forever,
yeah,
forever, and I love that because I'm not gonna lie. I love when I'm doing those things and everybody in the room, like I'm looking at the camera, but I'm paying attention to everybody, like because like I said, it's spell casting, and at some point I'm catching your spirit. At some point, your
yeah.
spirit is gonna lock onto what I'm saying, and you're gonna like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
this is okay, and I love that. It's like because I used to box. I used to be an amateur boxer, and
Right.
I used to love when I would be in the ring just sparring, right? Fuck a fight. When I'm in the gym sparring, and I know when I'm putting my gear on, I see people on the bag. They oh okay, they paying attention to it because they know I'm not.
Yeah.
And then when I get in the ring and I'm sparring, and I pay attention to like they watching, cool. Now I'm gonna give you a show. Now I'm gonna do some shit with no have my hands down. Now I'm gonna stick my tongue out. Now
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I make sure, like I'm giving you what you want because I'm listen. I gotta sell myself. I gotta entertain you. I gotta do
Yeah.
all of that. I gotta talk my shit. like I said, because when I'm not rapping and when I'm out the ring, I'm humble. That's it. I'm humble and I
Yeah,
walk with the light of Allah and I'm a loving woman. But when you letting me get the spotlight to do what Allah wanted me to do, forget it.
yeah. No, and I love that that's the way you output that energy, right? Because you said it again, right? Hey, you don't want me acting out on this stuff, so I got to put it through my music, or I got to get
Through
it
my
out through
music.
boxing. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
those are
same.
great points because I'll do the same
Listen,
thing. That makes sense. I didn't think about it like that, but that's the way I do it. So crazy.
it's a yeah, because you can't listen. And you know what? And this is like all right, bet. I don't really I'm not here to like tell anybody what their opinion should be. But you remember I think it was the last week or the week before, right? The clip with the woman interviewing the woman and the interview, it was like a whole debacle.
Oh,
About abortion, yeah, the thing that happened in Harlem, and it was like the woman got hit on camera.
oh wow.
And the interviewer was antagonizing the woman, right? And I understand, like I get it, but I'm such a very strict person when it comes to my actions and controlling my emotions and controlling my feelings, right? And I looked at it and I was like, I understand why she did it, but it was trash. There's no reason to put your hands on somebody. If you don't like what somebody's
Yeah,
saying, walk away. If you're not in danger, right, and where you have to actually use your physical sense, there's no reason for it. It's not like you're a
sure.
child. There's no reason for it. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, all I'm seeing is ego. It's ego. And the people defending that kind of behavior, I'm like, that's your ego defending it. I'm looking at it from the higher
Yeah,
perspective because I'm like, what does that solve? It does not solve anything. You
yeah.
just showing that you can't master your emotions.
Oh,
And I really live my
that's
life
true.
like that. Like I said, there's a lot of times where I be wanting to like to just tongue lash and let that shit through.
Yeah,
But then I'm like, I have to think about, is it gonna solve anything?
yeah,
Right? Like, are you going to be receptive to what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, it's just going to be a back and forth argument and nothing gets solved from
yeah,
it. So what's the point of me even wasting my fucking time saying shit, right? So then
yeah.
I got to bite my tongue on a lot of shit because it's not worth my fucking time. Like, I'm doing all the like, I'm a Libra, right? So I'm weighing it. I'm like, is it worth it? Because then there's times where like I have to say something, right?
Right.
But probably because there's like immediate need for me to intervene, right? Because maybe
Yeah.
somebody's in danger or potentially in
Immediate.
danger, or maybe you, yeah, and or maybe you doing something that could hurt yourself, and I gotta
That's
step in
right.
like, yo, you fucking retarded, you know what I mean? Like, but outside of that, there's no point because, and especially you gotta remember from New York, we mind our fucking business because a lot of people are crazy, right? We got a lot of like people out here. We don't have the group homes the way we were supposed to have the group
Yeah,
homes. So like, they out in the street at the end of the day when they come home from
yeah,
Rikers or from these hospitals, they put them back in the fucking street, back into the neighborhood. So you don't
yeah,
know, you really don't know. So you got to be fucking disciplined. And like I said, so
yeah.
because I'm
That's a great
so
point.
like I suck that shit up. Like I could be on a fucking train or waiting for the train and like somebody you got the person want to come and squeeze right in next to you. It's like, yo, bitch, you fucking huge. You know damn well you can't fucking fit here, right? But it's like, you know what I mean? You got to deal with all of that shit. And I'm like, well, I
Yeah,
can't call you a big old beast, right?
yeah.
Because then it's gonna start an argument. But like
Right,
I
right.
wouldn't be wrong because like, nah, go on a diet, right? Go to the
Yeah,
fucking gym, go like take care of that, bro. Like, but you not, you know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
and then with kids, my niece is always up under me. You got kids, are they just like
yeah.
they plug in, right? And they take all your fucking energy, and then even if I might want to like curse her, I can't curse her. She's a kid,
Right.
right? So it's like now I gotta like, I can't talk to you the way I could talk to an adult. It's a lot of me biting my tongue, like
Yeah.
just to say not to save face, but to keep the peace kind of thing. And it's like
Yeah. It's
I
just
got to get it out somewhere. So like,
yeah.
so when I rap, and I'm not gonna lie, when I get ready to say some sick disrespectful shit before I write it, I always go, this is just rap. I'm like, I'm just rapping, like
Right,
like
right.
I'm not manifesting this. I'm not
People
acting. I'm
yeah,
not rapping.
people
I
don't
gotta
get
like,
that.
yeah, I gotta like I'm like, you gotta let me be a devil on these records because if
That's
not,
right.
I'm gonna be a devil in real life, and that's not gonna be a good thing because you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Listen, I got a moral compass. I have
yeah,
the intelligence to be an evil person, but I really have a moral compass. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I'm fortunate to have that moral compass because I know I'm not gonna have bad karma. But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot. I really do suck a lot of shit
No,
up.
that's a great point because I don't think people understand that portion of hip hop when you write because you want that shock factor and you just want the craziest lines. So sometimes people translate that as real life or what I'm really
Yeah,
thinking. So that's great. And for example, you got that line where you said a punchline. You said, "Don't start a war because I don't really think you are competent. I will bifurcate babies." Like
bifurcate babies like
I was
King
like, "God
Solomon. Yeah,
damn!" I said, "I know
yeah,
she ain't gonna cut
yeah,
babies in half, but
yeah,
just
yeah. But it's like,
the wow factor in that was like, damn, that's a dope line."
It's the like I said, I got to use the intelligence for a purposeful thing. And it's rap too. It is rap, right? Because
I
it's
know,
war with
just
words, right?
rapping.
So, so you
Yeah.
gotta, you gotta, say, talk your shit, kind of thing.
Yep. Got a lot of
Um,
confidence. My self-esteem is
but
admirable.
like
Send your
I
gladiators. Just know you're dealing with Hannibal.
said, your
Dang.
gladiators just know you're dealing with him, right?
Yeah.
For the history buffs, if you know the Roman Empire, that's the thing. I love history. I love. I'm a nerd at heart, so I love learning and I want to make sure, excuse me, like I give information. That's another reason I
Yeah.
like to I do those things, because I know everybody that listens to me rap, everybody's not necessarily ignorant. There's people that
Yeah.
they're well read.
Sure.
There's people that like similar subjects that I like.
Yeah.
And then there's people that are not necessarily well read, but maybe they want to be. Because I've
Yeah.
absolutely had people tell me, yo, like, I heard you, like, I look up things after I hear you, because there's
Yeah.
things that words I never heard. And then I look up the meaning of the word and I get stuff to my vocabulary, or I hear you talk about a topic and I went and I looked into it. Like, I love
Yeah.
that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
inspiring you to learn or to
Yeah.
want to, like,
Inspiration.
look into shit. I love that. Even if you don't agree with me, I don't give a fuck. We don't have to agree, but just the mere fact you're taking it on yourself to, like,
Yeah.
you want to get information and you want to learn about something. I think that's fucking beautiful, man. I
Yeah.
love that. And I love the fact that it's like a lot of it is grown men that, like,
Yeah. Sure.
they, this is why another thing too, I'm like, with the that we have, I'm like, I don't expect a person, and I think men, they get that from it. They're guarded, are more down, because it's like, okay, she's logical, she's rational, she's not saying something in a way that's like but it's more so like she's speaking to me the way
Yeah.
a man would speak to me, the way one of my
Sure.
homeboys would speak to me. So I'm willing to listen to what she has to say, and I love that, because even like I said, in my personal life, same thing, like with my homeboys, like I love you to death, but I'm gonna hold you accountable, baby,
Yeah.
and
For
I'm
sure.
not gonna hold, like, I love you, but if you're doing something misogynistic, I gotta call you out on that, because why would I associate with a man that, like,
Yeah.
doesn't respect other women just because he
Right.
respects me, but he doesn't respect other women? That's not cool. I don't like that, because what about when you don't respect me? Right now, I'm gonna just be
Yeah.
like those other women. Like, and I tell women all the time, like, you have way more fucking power than you were led to believe.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, women lead in the sense, men for women, right? I don't care whether you getting your money, whether you using
Yeah.
the gem taking care of it, whatever you guys do essentially is because you want to settle down
Yeah.
and have the love of a woman, right? Men are more
Sure.
so solitary creatures, right? You don't have to be around other men, just like me, my space kind of thing, right? And that's that.
Yeah.
Whereas women, we're communal, we're tribal. A lot of it comes because we raise kids together, like while the men are hunting, but
Yeah.
we always have a sense of community, whereas men don't.
Yeah.
Men force the community when they get in these long-term relationships, right?
Yeah. Sure.
A lot of, when I see like the gender divide, I'm like, y'all are just like, it's like the frequency shit, right?
Yeah.
You attract what you exude, kind of thing, right? And if you attracting the same thing over and over and over, it's
Yeah.
like that's the frequency you want. You might be
Right.
your intention might be something else, but I'm like, but you still got to understand the frequency that you're at. It doesn't matter your intentions at this point. And it goes both ways, right? Because the women that they complain about the men left and right, I'm like, yeah, but you could afford to work on some shit,
Yeah.
your whole fucking life. So it's just like that that notion of me. I hold everybody accountable, everybody that's around me. I just do it in a
Yeah.
very short way. And I like the fact that men can respect a leader, even if it's a woman, right? Not
Yeah.
every man doesn't they'll give it up to me like that, but there are a lot of intelligent men and they're leaders themselves, right? So they can respect what
Sure.
I'm saying, because it's like, nah, like, you a leader, I'm a leader, and we could build off of this information
Yeah. That
exchange.
mutual respect. That's how it should
Yeah.
be, for
So I
sure.
mean, you know,
But you got those characteristics in a leader. I find you very charismatic and just
thank
witty
you.
and just brilliant. And I think that's a trait in a leader that gets people to follow. Just that ability to have people relate to what you're saying. And I think you do it in your book. So fascinating. I caught pieces of Ask the Alligator, but just yeah. And so I'm
Thank
really
you.
interested in reading that book. And so, can you tell me what motivated you to write that
It,
book?
listen, don't do it to yourself. That book is so full of shit. It is all over the place. But I will say this: I've always wanted to write a book. And I have so many ideas. I just wasn't sure what to, like, zone in on. Right, like, I didn't know what to buckle down with. And then one
Yeah.
day, the things, when I the box, right, I would always be in the locker room and I would give, like, the young women, like, advice, like, just gems, right? Like, anybody that's around me, if you happen to, even if I don't know but like maybe we getting dressed together. So I'm having a conversation what the fuck I'm talking about. So like I always make sure like I'm giving out wisdom. I'm one of those people you can hear me talking on the subway. Like you're gonna eavesdrop on my conversations because like I'm really talking some shit. So with that being said, I was like, I used to, write some stuff, and then people like, I was like, I could do that, write a book that's kind of like, and long story short, it's philosophies. And the way he wrote it, he had like a quote of his, and then he would explain what the quote was, and it was such a the format was very palatable for me. So like it was one of those books I finished like that, and I was like, I'm gonna write a book like that and keep it simple. So it's thin. It's like a pocket Bible or like a
That's right.
What's that shit? The chicken noodle soup for the soul. So that was really what it was. I was like, so this was more so like a test run too, because I want to write like a philosophy book. I want to write a book that they use in like college or something like that. But I know I got to be rich for that because they're not gonna let me in the school system with my information. I got to buy my way into that. So in due time. So that's really what I started with this. It was like, let me just do a draft run. I self-published. So I figure out, I learned everything with this. So when I'm ready to write a real book, like I know what to do, what not to do, and all of that. And I could listen. This is how ridiculous this is. You don't want to waste your money, right? This is what it says. This book isn't. Listen, this book isn't dedicated to anyone because I'm a cunt. That's the actual introduction of the book, right? Like, and then I get straight to it. It's look, I got here you go, chapter 24. Forgiveness doesn't mean acceptance or weakness. It's true strength. Right, that's fair. And then I talk about like forgiveness. Chapter 15, think like a white man. And then I go into why you should think like a white man. We talk like there's like some esoteric cybernetic shit in there, right? It's a good one.
I
Chapter
love
8, get your pussy tested. You probably dirt bags.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's like, there's real quote, and then there's like shit that you're like, yo, this girl's fucking, she has a problem. But it's the spoon, what is it, the Mary Poppins, the medicine, the spoonful of sugar with the
A
medicine kind of
spoonful of
thing. So I
sugar,
gotta make you laugh while also teaching.
but it's authentic, and that's
Part,
why
listen, thank you for letting me talk. Thank you for letting me talk, man. And whoever is in your background hearing my nonsense, thank you for listening too. I
no,
appreciate
hey,
it.
I love authenticity, and that's all I want when I hear the music. I want the real Aïda, and I think this is it. So I just love that you're an open book and just being,
Thank you.
just being super open with me. So I appreciate that. But hey, there was something I wanted to manifest. I love the graceful interviews that you did, and I seen you on the other day because I love the comedy and your humor. You mentioned that you like doing sketch comedy, and that one day if you could do the Lyricist Lounge again, if they rebooted that, I'd love to see you on that. That would be super cool.
I'm game listen, I'm game for all of that. But I'm also, listen, I wanna if it was up to me, right? And I had all the money at my disposal to use for my nonsense, I would have my own morning talk show, right? Kind of like, like a Regis and Kelly or The View, but like it would be, Coffee with the Gator. And I'm torn because I wanted to basically, it would be for me to promote my book. Kind of, that's really how I would sell it. And like I would have like whoever my guest is, like we do something like this, and whenever you say stop, whatever chapter on, that would be the topic of discussion for that episode, kind of thing. And then I also I want like my own journalism kind of show. I'm into like politics and all of that, but I'm unorthodox with I guess like how I do things. But
That's great.
like I definitely want to branch into that like communications and stuff like that. Like I'm into stuff like that. I work on I don't want to give too much away, but I'm working on like a movie script. Damn. And like a series script, children's book. I have a lot. I like to shut the fuck up and just show and prove. I don't ever want to say what I'm working, because I might say fuck it, I don't even want to work on that anymore, right? And then you're gonna see one day, yo, what happened to such and such, right? Right. And I'm like, damn, I want to do it now. Now you walking away thinking that I don't commit to what the fuck I said I was gonna do. So like, if I want to be a lazy person with something, like at least only I know I'm being lazy.
That's right.
Have other people know when I'm being a little stagnant. But I love comedy. That's my thing. Like horror movies, like that's the movie I'm working on. It's like a comedy horror, like a B-rated horror movie. I have every intention to shoot. I started shooting commercials for myself, so I got to get back into that.
How fun!
Yeah, I'm into yeah. Like I only rap, like I'm honest to God, I really only rap because I know in my spirit I'm supposed to be rapping. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the second I know like intuitively, like I don't have to rap anymore, I'm not gonna rap. Because it's not about my ego. Like, listen, my head is already big. Everybody, if you know me personally, you know I rap. Like even fuck rap. If I'm in the gym when I'm boxing, I'm training, like I'm rapping. Everybody that's ever been
Yeah.
around me, they know I rap. All I do is rap. Like I'm never gonna not rap. But as far as like me sharing it with the public and pushing it in the manner that I'm pushing it, I'm only doing that because I feel compelled to, because I know right now that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And a lot of
Yeah.
people, and I get the feedback. People reach out to me privately all the time to tell me I inspired them or I motivated them,
Yeah.
or that something, you know, one of the songs I had might have gotten them through something that they were dealing with. And those messages to me mean more than like than money. You know what I mean? The fact that
Yeah.
people that you don't know me personally, but you
The
heard my creation
connection.
and it moved you, because that's how I feel when I hear stuff from other
Oh
people, right?
God. Yeah.
So it's like the fact when I can be the one invoking that feeling in you, I love it. Like that it's
Yeah.
priceless, because like I said,
Yeah.
I know that I'm living my purpose. But
Yeah.
I don't need to feed my ego with. I don't need you to be like, oh, she's nasty. Like I know I'm nice. Like fuck, even when I don't record, if I'm just with my homies, I'm gonna make sure we rapping and I'm gonna out rap all of you. Like I
I
could feed
love
my
it.
ego out, you know. But yeah. But like I definitely just want to like eventually, maybe in the next few,
Yeah.
just do other things, you know, front too. So I got to use that to make some money.
Yeah. Yeah. I meant to ask you earlier, what is your fascination with the alligator and alligator Alfred? What was the story behind that?
So alligators, baby, that's my favorite animal. I love alligators and felines. I love like alligators and snakes, reptiles. Like that's my thing. You know,
Okay.
I'm from the Amazon. I told you, like, so I was born in Guyana, like I said. So my
Yeah.
first 4 years, like, you gotta understand, my granny had like she had a macaw, she had a monkey, she had like dog, like a chicken coop and all of that. Like I come from like animals. Like that's like I'm a natural. Listen, you can't fake being a high vibrational person, right? Because at the end of the day, energy doesn't lie.
Right.
Animals love me, old people love me, and children love me. Like
We
all I
certainly
gotta do
do.
is walk outside my house. I walk outside my house. I sit down by myself. I kid you not. Some kid is gonna fucking come up to me and get my attention, or an old person is gonna come to me, or animals. Like it's just that's just like that's the frequency I'm on. So with that being
Yeah.
said, yeah, I'm an animal head, but alligators, that's like, come on, man. Alligator, they're fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
They're chef's kiss when it comes to the animal world. I ain't trying to hold you, but when it
No.
came to the alligator Alfred thing, long story short, I was trying to make a new Instagram, and I had an ex-boyfriend at the time that was stalking me, and I needed to like create a name that like he would never fucking think of. So
Oh
I was like, oh,
shit.
alligators are my favorite animal. And Alfred, just it was a man's name and it rolled off the tongue. So I was like who's gonna think like that makes no sense? Alligator Alfred. Like what the fuck is that? Right. So then that was what I did, right? And because
Oh
of that,
shit.
um when I would be in the gym, like the
That's
guy, you know how
funny.
men are, guys are fucking retarded, right? So like my homeboys would just start calling me alligator because that was like my Instagram name, right? And then
Yeah.
my friends that rap, every now and then they would call me Gator, right? Just joking, right?
Yeah.
So then when I would start penning verses once in a while, I would like be like such and such, because you know the Gator. I would call myself the Gator, just joking.
Yeah.
And then I
I
think
love
people
it
just might have
though.
they thought that was like my rap shit, and it kind of took on a life of its own. So when I saw
You
people really
did.
gravitating towards that, that's when I capitalized off of it. I was like, cool, ass the alligator, Gator South. Um, Hold up, let me show you right here because I don't play. Like I
Oh
really,
shit.
this
That's
is not a
dope.
curated image.
There you
This is
go.
yeah. That's why I got a project, girl with the alligator tattoo. All my majority of my musical projects all have the alligator
Yeah.
theme to it, and it works. But that's me. That's who I am. Listen, and I
Yeah.
know there's a couple of the artists running around with the alligator stuff. I know what it is, but we know
Um,
they stole it from me. But I can't knock it because I know how the industry goes. But I'm the original, so
yeah.
I mean, you could curate something, but you know, it's me, baby. It's all
Yeah.
me.
I love it. Just I think that was the first thing that like caught my attention when I heard that Reno song. Just the Aïda the alligator. Just oh man, I just was like, man, I gotta look into this and so I
Yeah,
just been
and it's
I've
crazy
been blown
because
away
like,
ever since.
thank you. And my artist name is just Aïda. I
You
go
right,
by my
right.
real name, but I think on one of the it might have been DistroKid on one of the distributors distribution platforms. I can't remember who it was. One of the producers he didn't have like my email for my account, so he
Yeah,
input Aïda the alligator, and I think it created like its own
it
kind of
did.
like artist title, so then like other people were able to link to that. And I'm like, there's songs that I have out that I don't even know are out because it's under that Aïda the alligator shit. And that I'm like, that's not my fucking,
Rap
Apple
name.
link, but
Right.
okay. But yeah, but
It's
it's
out
cool
there.
because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm the original alligator. So,
Yeah.
the more people can associate me with the alligator, the better. But
I think
what you
that's
gonna do?
awesome. I think I need it on a
Thank
shirt
you.
or something. But hey, thank you so much for the interview. You are an amazing, charismatic, just
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. Oh, just big bag of humor. I love it. It's very just refreshing to hear your music, and I love the honesty. I love your ability to go back and forth between diverse topics. Something like battle type, and then you go into songs like Baby Boy, where you're preaching the truth and trying to
Thank
correct the wrong.
you.
Just very, very exciting rapper, and
Thank you.
I just love everything that you've been doing. But with that, I love to close these interviews out with just some fun questions. So if you're good, I'm gonna kick it
Of
off.
course. Yeah,
Okay.
go for it. Go for it.
You mentioned that you used to love boxing and that you were an amateur boxer. Who is Aida's favorite boxer of all time?
All time, Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray
Ooh,
Leonard,
Sugar
all
Ray.
time, my favorite. Yeah, yeah.
Very
It's
nice.
funny that you asked that. This morning, I was just having a conversation with my neighbor about he was getting at my top because we were talking about boxing.
Uh-huh.
I was bringing up Miguel Cotto, and I was like, Cotto's one of like he's in my personal top five, and
Yeah.
he got mad. He was like, you got him before Roy Jones, you got him before Bernard Hopkins. I'm like, yo, I love Miguel Cotto. It's my top five, but yeah, Ray Leonard is my favorite boxer of all time. He was definitely one of the styles I studied
Yeah.
alongside. Duran was another.
Ooh. Yeah,
Yeah,
Duran. Roberto Duran.
and then the Cubans. I'm a fan of the Cubans because they have the high boxing IQs. I'm sort of like Guillermo Rigondeaux. He
Oh,
was fucking phenomenal. Eddie Landi Lara is another one.
yeah.
They got
Yeah,
a
Rigondeaux
new
was
kid
dope.
now. Yeah, but Rigondeaux, but they fucked him once he beat Donaire, right, which was Bob Arum's cash cow. Then they
Ooh,
basically
yeah,
changed from
Nonito.
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're boxing.
once he beat Donaire, Arum basically blackballed him, and then that was the end of that.
Yeah.
And he didn't speak English either, which is the language barrier. That
Mm,
does affect like sales and how they promote the fights. Gamboa
yeah.
is another fucking exciting fight. Who else? But the new kid they got now, I like his name's David Morrell. He trains with Ronnie Shields.
Okay.
He's a trainer for the Charlo brothers and all of that. So
Ah,
it's kind of dope because now what we're seeing like the Cuban fighters that they have the Cuban the IQ, but now they're more like offensive, I guess, because they
yeah.
train it under Ronnie Shields. So yeah, I love boxing. I could talk
Yeah.
boxing all day.
Hey,
So
tell me
you might want to ask me
tell me
something.
where does Manny Pacquiao fall on your list?
Honestly, I would put Manny's definitely in my top 20.
Okay.
But I don't even know if I would put him specifically in my top 10. And there's nothing against Manny. I give
No,
Manny his
nothing
credit
wrong with
because he
that.
worked his way up in every fucking division. But yeah, I just don't think personally I would have him in my top 10. He's definitely my
Stylistic.
top 20 though. Like I give him credit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
I gotta ask about him because he's a Filipino cat. So it's great.
yeah.
All good.
Wait, we are Filipino?
Yeah, I
Magandang
am.
gabi. Kita ta umamaya.
Oh
Mahal kita
yeah.
kapantay.
Oh man,
Yeah.
you got some Filipino game in you.
Yeah, when I was 19 years old, I used to work retail, and one of the women in my department, she was from the Philippines, and
Oh,
like
okay.
she would teach me stuff. It was kind of
Oh,
dope.
that's great.
Yeah. That was
I love
Tagalog
it.
was the language. Yeah.
Ah, very cool. Yeah, hey, that's awesome that you know. Well,
Yeah.
hey, that was a great answer for boxing. What about would you rather it be too hot or too cold?
Too hot. Too hot. Too hot.
Why's
I'm
that?
anemic. I'm anemic. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
when it's time it gets like 60, 50, I might, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of cold.
Reason.
Like
Yeah.
I'm how people from Florida, when you go to Florida, right? And it gets to like 70 degrees, they got sweaters on and all of that shit. And I'm from New York, we coming in there in swimsuits. You got 70-degree weather, but I'm like that.
Yeah.
I want because if it's too cold, I gotta keep putting on clothes, right? But then
Yeah.
what if they don't fit? Because I got so many clothes, so many layers, and I can't fit more layers. when it's too hot, I could just be naked. And
Yeah,
worst case scenario, open my fucking fridge. Like
that,
stand naked in front of the fridge or some
that's a
shit.
good point. All right,
Yeah,
Aida,
I
what?
got. I'm after a high Con Ed build. What's up?
Yeah. Hey, let's see what your taste palette is like. What is your favorite food? What's your go-to meal?
Plantains first and foremost.
Oh,
If I had to like, let's just say I could only eat one thing for the rest of my life, it's gonna be plantains. I'm a vegetarian. I'm slowly transitioning into vegan. So like
oh
mushrooms are like,
wow.
mushrooms are my meat. So like I do them the way I would do chicken or steak. So like right now I would say like carne asada, but using mushrooms,
Yeah,
or like
nice.
fried mushrooms. But yeah, but plantains and fruit. I'm big on fruit. I love mangoes, blackberries. Like I'm fruit.
Oh
I like
yeah,
sweets, like sweet taste and stuff.
yeah. I love it.
But and then after that, then the tip goes to Caribbean, so some rice and peas, rice and
Ah,
beans,
man.
avocados, obviously, and then I love Italian food too.
Oh,
That's a good comfort food. But I got it. A lot of this shit is like eat and all of that. So but I do love like some penne alla vodka, some
man.
fettuccine alfredo, some garlic bread,
That sounds good right now.
pizza.
Yeah. Well, hey, no, hey, great response. What about in terms of sense of humor? It's probably a hard question to answer because there's so many, but one of your favorite comedy movies of all time.
But definitely okay. In terms of the more modern ones, I'll say
Okay.
the first Hangover. The first Hangover
Oh
is,
yeah.
and I know it's more modern. I know it's modern, so we can't really give it a GOAT nomination yet. But that's definitely gonna be, if you ask me like Hangover is definitely one of the yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to come back to that
All
because
good.
there's definitely some eight coming to
Yeah.
mind right now. But
All
yeah, I'm
good.
gonna go with Hangover right now.
Hey, that's a great
I
one.
know the movie buffs are like, nah, bitch. Yeah, that why I love Hangover. That was like it
That's a
was
great one.
innovative. It was of its time, in terms of like
Yeah.
the way they did it, and then they had Mike Tyson in there. That was
Oh, no, that
yeah,
was the
that was the
best.
most random movie.
Right. Yeah, I think
That
that's
shit
a
was
good
funny.
one. Well, hey, here's my final
Um,
question for you. If you could have a
what's
meal with
up?
anybody, past or present, dead or alive, who would it be?
I will go with Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She transitioned, but she is like probably like the yeah, it would be her, and then after her it would be Bruce Lee. But I will
Ooh,
go with Dr. Frances Cress first, and that was just because
that's
she
good.
wrote the ISIS Papers, which is one book I recommend every melanated person, I don't care what country or what tribe you from, but if you are a melanated individual, the ISIS Papers is the key. She broke down white supremacy to the scientific level. She literally told us why they behave the way they do, and she
Mm,
gave us the blueprint for what we need to collectively do across the board, across the all nations. And I just think it's such a powerful book. And she was a very elegant woman. She was a woman. You got that wisdom from her, but she was strict and disciplined, and she was like she's one of those elders. Number one, and then after her, we Bruce Lee. He's my goat. He's like my inspiration for every aspect of life, man. He
wow.
was, yeah, he phenomenal.
Yeah. Be like water.
Yeah, listen,
Right.
listen. You know how many people I get so irritated because I always come across people they talk about they Bruce Lee fans, and then when I start bringing up stuff, I'm like, you're not no fucking Bruce Lee fan.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You just but yeah,
Oh, that was
he
so
was a
much fun.
bad man, baby. That was a bad man
That's a
from
badass motherfucker for sure.
who he was, and he understood his power. Just as yeah, different man. I have this book is called Zen in the Martial Arts. It was actually written by one of his students.
Oh wow.
It was some Jewish guy. He was like a Hollywood producer, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And he was breaking down like personal lessons that he learned from Bruce, just based off of like their relationship. And
Wow.
so yeah, this man phenomenal. Like Bruce Lee's. I'm gonna say this right. If anything ever comes out about this man that the Me Too feminist movement is gonna attack, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be that old woman that's supportive of the predator. You can't tell me nothing bad about Bruce Lee. I don't want to hear it. I'm nah 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 nah
Not
nah
hearing
nah
it, huh?
nah. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
Uh,
hear it. I'm gonna call you a feminazi. I'm gonna use those terms.
yeah. No, that's awesome. I love the answer. Well, Ada, thank you again so much. I appreciate your time. That was a really fun interview, and I got to keep it going. But this was a great. I just love the
You.
history and the way that you think. I love it. Just again sharing yourself
Thank
as like
you.
an open book. That was really fun. Now I want to just quickly turn over to you for any final words to close
Thank
this
you.
amazing interview out. Any last words?
Um, nah, man, this might be cliche, but all I can say for anybody that does tune into this, honestly, fuck me and anything else I have going on. But the overall message is always this, man. Always work on being the best version of yourself.
I like
Whatever
that.
you need to do to feel confident in life, that you could show up and make the right decision. Because a lot of the times when we make the wrong decision is because we don't have the confidence within ourselves to make the right decision. And so whatever it is that you have to do at a personal level to build that shit within yourself, please do.
Yeah.
Please always focus on that, because the everybody, when we show up as the best version of ourselves, that's what we're gonna attract within every other aspect of our relationships and our reality.
Okay.
And that's the best advice I have for anybody, because guess what? When you showing up as the best version of you, that
Yeah.
means it's a so easier for me to be around you, because I can't be around you motherfuckers when you're doing the dumb shit. Yeah, and also I'm gonna tell you this: I'm gonna probably be in your DMs whenever these comedy movies come to mind. So,
Ah, please.
yeah, because I like to. I'm gonna, and if you have any movies you want to recommend to me, I love like B-rated horror comedy. That's usually like that's my
That's the best.
like yeah, like Thanksgiving and all of those low budget. Like if it's low budget, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Like zombievers and zombies, all of that nonsense. Like I'm I'm in it to win it. I like that shit. I want to laugh. I don't care
Yeah.
how offensive it is.
Yeah.
Offend me in every aspect. You know what I mean? Like that's the comedy I like. So
Yeah. Let me know when the books are ready too. I'd love to pick one up straight from you. I'm really interested in reading it. I just
no, I
really
got
enjoyed
you.
this
I
topic.
got you.
I'm a supporter of dope art and just
When
yeah.
you get it,
Yeah.
thank you, thank
No,
you.
that's great.
I was gonna say we locked in, and if you ever don't feel afraid to reach out. I'm a very personal person. Like I like
Yeah, you
building.
are.
So even if it's not music, if like I said, you want to send me some funny, like send me funny posts. Like I'm game. Like if it's funny, like I'm game for all of that stuff, man.
I love it. Yeah, I'd love to do another session and talk to you about your book after I read the PDF or the hard copy. I definitely got to own the
Yeah,
hard copy. But let's
I'm
do it.
here. I'm here.
I'm a
And
supporter.
I appreciate, listen, and I appreciate that. And this is more than enough. Just the fact that you actually, before this, you actually listen to what I'm saying, to me, that means a lot, because you
Yeah.
taking time out of your day
Yeah.
to listen to something that I'm saying or creating.
No,
And that
I'm a
means that's a
fan.
lot. You don't have to. So, and I really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful, because nobody's obligated to listen to me. Don't matter how dope I think I am, no one's obligated to listen to me, and I'm not entitled to anybody's
Yeah.
attention or time. So I really do appreciate that. Seriously.
100%. Well, yeah, you certainly have a fan in me, and I can't wait to see all the future releases and just carry on the conversation. So dope. I had fun.
Thank you.